Hey everybody, Daver here, and you cannot see me.
CEM Pepsi,
Ooh.
CEM Pepsi, CEM Pepsi. Gee, I wonder what we're talking about today.
And it's
Well,
not 2025 stuff.
Hey,
we're gonna.
these guys were great in the chamber, okay?
True.
They turned back the clock.
Yeah, they did. We're back to a little retro view at Money in the Bank 2011 main event: CM Punk versus John Cena for the WWE not heavyweight but WWE title.
Just WWE. Yeah, that was something that was throwing me off because I'm used to nowadays. So they were like, for the WWE Championship. I was like, what? What's that?
Which
I've
one
never
is
heard of.
that?
I've never heard of this nebulous title. It's the undisputed WWE Universal Championship. Sorry, undisputed WWE Universal Heavyweight Championship and the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. See, isn't it so simple, Dave?
Yeah, very, very. Yeah, this is your pick, right, Chad?
Yeah. I figured since we just saw one of the worst John Cena matches, we should probably see one of the best. Although I think he's had a lot better, although this was his only 5-star match.
And see, I will be contrarian to you guys. I think this match stands up to at least my other favorite Cena match, which is both Cena and Styles matches. But I like the differing opinions, especially in 2025. It's interesting to see because I've seen this match twice before. I rewatched it a couple years ago, and back then I wasn't a fan. But I don't know, maybe it was my mood today. Something about rewatching it a second time. I really got into this match. I thought it was really good. I thought it was excellent from both men. There's a couple botches here or there, but in my mind, maybe just because the crowd reaction was so visceral, you can kind of excuse it and be like, oh, they're just slipping up because it's a crazy night.
Yeah.
At least
no,
what they're dealing with.
I didn't even really think of it as botches so much as it felt like a fight. Because at least it's on CM Punk's thing, it was a fight. It was a grudge match. It was him versus the company. It was. Yeah, and my speaking is mostly because I've been watching so much AEW, and a 5-star AEW match is beep 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 crazy. And then it was plotting. It was a good storytelling. The wrestling was fine, but it was it was the emotion. It was the storytelling. That's how it got its 5 stars. It was fantastic to watch. And if I was watching it 2011 amidst all that, man, I would have been thrilled or angry to watch it because what was going on at the time. So
yeah, I think if you look at, because this was WWE's 5th ever 5-star match, if I remember correctly, and you look at most of them, they're all big storyline matches. It's Brett versus Owen Hart and Steve Austin versus Bret Hart at WrestleMania, and then the first Hell in a Cell match, the ladder match with Shawn Michaels and Razor Ramon, and then this one. So just a lot of important storyline driven matches that you don't typically see from Dave nowadays.
true.
So, Chandler, kind of fill us in on kind of the backstory, like what was going on with Punk, something about the contract was ending.
So
Kind
yeah,
of
I'll
fill us in on that.
try to give you a really quick so this is why I'm very yeah, this match is really good, because WWE was really, really bad at this time. I remember watching WrestleMania 27, a pretty bad WrestleMania. If you don't remember, the main event was John Cena versus The Miz, where it ended in a double countout, and then The Rock came out, restarted the match, beat both guys up. All while this was happening, Miz had a concussion, unfortunately. And then Miz beat John Cena and didn't even know where he was at. So that's pretty cool. And then don't worry, Cena just beat him at the next pay-per-view, so it didn't even matter.
But and then to compound that, The Rock during the Miz's celebration gave him a nasty spine buster while he was concussed, and then hit him with the people's elbow
Yeah.
Great.
as the face.
They didn't know about concussions at the time. They didn't know about concussions. Anyways, so and then Cena won the title, and that's basically how Cena gets to Money in the Bank. And then Punk is kind of toiling away. He's always been popular, but not that popular. and he's been like shafted with this new Nexus gimmick, which like the Nexus after SummerSlam 2010 was a death sentence to anybody who got involved with it. So it was for CM Punk, which it's funny looking back at all the video packages for this. And he's wearing Nexus shirts. I think he even goes out in a Nexus shirt. And like that has nothing to do with this entire storyline. And then there was a night where Cena lost a tables match to R-Truth, and that's where Punk comes out and he cuts his pipe bomb and just says, John Cena, you suck. Vince McMahon, you suck. This company will be better when you're dead. Which I mean, is he wrong? Is he wrong? I'm kidding. I'm kidding. What was I gonna say? And then it's where he says, "I'll beat you, and I'll take the title to New Japan. I'll take it to Ring of Honor." And he like that was big at the time because I don't think they mentioned like anybody at that time, like not even TNA, nothing. So it's like, oh shit, you're not just saying Nebulous Japan or I'll take it to the Indies. Actually naming shit was pretty cool. Then he was suspended in storyline, and then they brought him back. And that's when Vince McMahon was like, "Oh, you son of a bitch, I'm sorry, god damn it," something like that. And that's when Punk, like, it was kind of entertaining promos where he was like just saying, "Triple H, you suck. John Cena, you suck. Vince McMahon, you suck." We got a classic John Cena fine speech. And essentially, I can't remember exactly why the match started. I think it was literally just Punk had his pipe bomb. Um, yeah, so it was a pretty good, I would say, build to this match, just because it was pretty like, ooh, is Punk actually gonna leave with the belt? It's just redoing his Ring of Honor story, but like, who cares? It was good. But yeah, so that's what led us into the match. Um, I don't know. You guys want to just get ready into it, or do you have anything else to say beforehand?
Yeah. Um, yeah, I kind of pieced it together. Like I said, the video package was really good. Like setting everything up. I gathered, this is after the pipe bomb because I had clearly had footage of that on the video package. Um, but yeah, it felt that big match feel, you know, and yeah, uh, started off pretty slow, but the end was pretty damn good, and it kind of got weird after the bell rang, but yeah, I'll let you go ahead and walk us through it.
Yeah. All right. So I was even just from the hop, I love the entrances for both men because CM Punk obviously getting a big ovation for his hometown. You get the classic "If Punk loses, we riot" sign. And again, just pointing out things that didn't really happen in WWE back then, especially, I mean, I would honestly say wrestling back then, but I wasn't watching everything. You know that thing where they just let the crowd cheer endlessly for the over person? They weren't doing it back then. They never did it back then. So it's crazy that they were like, we're gonna let CM Punk just soak in these chants for like 2 minutes straight. And then you have Cena come out, and it's like his heel entrances now where he's like all serious. He doesn't do any poses. He's just walking to the ring because in all fairness, like ECW One Night Stand 2006, he's in enemy territory here. So great performances from both men started off, and then we get a pretty slow start. There's a lot of rest holds. There's a lot of submissions. There's nothing really that entertaining about this segment, honestly, because they're just kind of doing rest holds. But I think there was a mandate in every single WWE match back then that you just got to do rest holds for the first 10 minutes of your match. Especially like what? Okay, I'm gonna check Wikipedia real quick. They went 33 minutes in 2011. Holy
Yeah,
crap! Holy
with
shit!
the video package, like the whole thing, and entrances, the whole thing was almost an hour.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So again, like showing how this is just an extreme anomaly in like 2011 WWE. But you keep going on. Michael Cole during this bit was actually really good on commentary because he was mentioning the Montreal screw job, as I mentioned earlier, where he was like, "Oh, Vince McMahon will do anything to get his title back," and Jerry Lawler was like, "Yeah." And Booker T was like, yeah, man. Like that's kind of all they were bringing to the commentary, unfortunately. So Michael Cole was carrying, but I liked it. Punk countered an AA attempt with a nice DDT, and then Punk's hit a couple. So Cena was like on the apron, and he hit like a drop or a knee on top of his head from like the top rope. I thought that was a pretty good move. And then Cena hit an over-the-top rope suplex on Punk to the outside. I thought that was a pretty spicy maneuver. And then he hit like a weird-ass sideways AA because they were still calling it an AA, but Punk was only on one shoulder, and he just kind of like tossed him over. It was really weird. It looked like more of a gut wrench, but I don't know. Anyways, and then Cena, like I've never seen an abdominal stretch snapped in so quickly on Punk, which is such a weird thing to um glaze, but like, oh my goodness, when someone does a abdominal stretch, they're like selling it and they like,
Yeah.
oh, they struggle. This was like, nope, you're in it immediately. I thought that was pretty kick-ass. But Punky, of course, he rakes the eyes to escape, and then they hit a double clothesline on each other. I really enjoyed this bit with the 5 moves of doom, where CM Punk is just doing anything he can to escape them, and like he's hitting a roll up on the back body drop, but Cena still is able to get back in there and hit it. So it's almost like all these 5 moves of doom, they're still inevitable. Like no matter what you can do, I thought that was a pretty good spot. Punk swept Cena off his feet really swiftly. I thought that was fun too. And then going forward, Punk countered the second, Cena was able to hit one AA, and then he was going for a second one, but Punk started countering him back and was hitting like a bunch of knees. One of them, they replayed it. Good God, you see it? Like he clamored him in the face. It looked great.
Yeah. His head snapped back, and I was like, "Ooh, that one was not. That one was stiff."
Yeah. Again, like nobody got that stiff in WWE except for like probably Daniel Bryan. I'm sure he was that stiff. And then moving on, Punk hit a really good springboard cross body like right after this. And it's like, who is this guy? Was AJ Styles in the company all of a sudden? Thanks for coming by. And then after that, Punk was going for his like pretty hard stiff kicks, and Cena countered it with a nice crisp STF. I thought that was pretty cool. And then Punk went for a crossbody. I really liked this sequence too. So Punk goes for a crossbody. Cena does his roll through and gets him into the AA, which then Punk counters with the GTS. And like as he's going for it, Cena links his leg and like rolls him into the STF. I thought that was pretty badass. I was like, oh man, this is a great spot. And like Cena's STFs never really looked good, but they looked really good on this night, I would say. And then Punk countered that back with an Anaconda Vice. I was like, God, this is a pretty good sequence right here. Just counter. Like Punk and Cena have really good chemistry with each other. And I mean, look at it. Elimination Chamber this year. I thought they were the best part of that. Moving on. Good God, right after this, Cena hit like a really good AA, which I would also say AAs don't really look that good for Cena. But like Punk just smacked flat on the mat and like didn't move at all. And I don't know why. For me, just that like smack down like a rock made it look like a lot better. And I don't know if you can like help that or anything, but it just helped add to the match. And then I liked how Cena was going for his top rope bulldog, and then Punk countered it for that power bomb where he got like one of his legs into it. But like I would still argue Cena took the brunt of that. Punk was able to like in kayfabe transfer the momentum back to Cena, so I can see how that would hurt him. And then he gets out of the GTS and like rolls out of the ring, and then like I can't remember exactly what it is, but where you like drop their head and like their throat gets on the ring and they bounce back up. I can never remember what that's called, but he does that to Punk, and then he goes and he actually hits his top rope bulldog, and it looks pretty good. And then Punk kicks out of one more AA, and I like it because Cena goes to the ref, and he's not like thrashing him or anything. He's like, I'm sure that was a 2 count. You know it was a 2 count. Like it's the super Cena PG way of getting mad at the ref. I thought it was kind of funny. Like, again, you didn't see that back then because Cena was like the too cool for school. No matter what a babyface says, he was always going to say fine speech retort and beat him down anyways. But like it's nice to see Punk getting to him and him just refusing to kick out. I liked it. And then right after that, Punk hit like a top rope Hurricane Rana.
That
Again,
was kind of slick.
who is this kid? This kid's motivated. And then Punk hits one more knee and a GTS, but Cena really excellently rolled out of the ring at like the perfect time. I thought that was great. CM Punk goes out to like get him back in the ring, and then he's distracted by a couple of sex pests walking in, trying to stop the match. Vince McMahon and John Laurinaitis. John Laurinaitis runs down to stop the. They're distracting CM Punk. CM Punk gets into the ring, and then Cena is able to lock in an STF, and it looks like Punk's about to tap. And so Vince and John like go to ring the bell, like the Montreal screw job. But this one's actually fine. They've done like 20 Montreal screw jobs ripoffs, and this is like the only one that worked because it kind of like had that vibe of like, oh shit, something real could be happening. Like there's a 1% chance Punk is actually going to leave with the title, maybe. So, this is kind of crazy. Like Vince is going to this, blending reality. So I thought it was pretty good. And then I love Cena stopping Laurinaitis and being like, we're going to win my way, not your way. And then the second he gets back in the ring, he gets hit with the GTS, and it's the Curb Your Enthusiasm song hits, and boy loses. It's a great finish, but it is one of the funniest finishes for a WWE match ever, because he's all like morally grandstanding, like, I'm gonna win, I'm gonna do it the right way, and then immediately loses.
I feel like around that time too, like the whole like somebody sliding back into the ring just to get caught with something was kind of a meme for the WWE. Like a lot of matches finished that way.
Mm-hmm. But
So
I would say this one, it worked out well.
Oh, it was good. It was well booked. Like I wouldn't call it quite overbooked, but it was like trending towards that. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, I think a perfect amount of WWE overbooking, in my opinion. And then we get to that. I like it, the stuff after the match, but it is a little bit of a weird detour. Also, another weird thing to think about. The anonymous Raw general manager was a thing at the time.
Yeah, I saw that podium and I was like, oh, I forgot about that.
But it's weird because like maybe that's why this match is so good. It has nothing to do with this match and it doesn't get involved. It's just there. And maybe this is like something where Vince McMahon actually did help this match because he's getting involved, seeming a bit too real. But the Raw GM had nothing to do with it. So Vince McMahon is obviously pissed. I liked how he went over to Booker T's headset and was like, "This is unacceptable. I can't believe this. Send out Del Rio. Send out Del." I liked that, where it was like he's planning, and so he's like, this is how he's desperately communicating as quick as he can to the back. I thought it was cool, or not cool, but like an interesting thing. And then you get to Del Rio coming out, but Punk's able to kick him, get away. He does the famous blow him a kiss and leaves to the Chicago crowd. And yeah, he left with the title, and he brought it to Noah and New Japan and Ring of Honor and all sorts of places, right? Yeah, and the refrigerator. He went to TNA and worked King of the Mountain, like, right, guys? We all remember the summer of Punk. That was so great.
Totally.
Well, unless you want me to do the summer of Punk autopsy, what do you guys think of the match?
You want to go first, Chad?
Yeah. Yeah, like I said, I've been sort of spoiled. Like the wrestling was good, especially for those two. It was good, but so much AEW lately with all the craziness. It was like, like you said, the standard first 10 minutes of like a lot of rest holds and stuff. I was like, get to the good stuff. But once it kicked off, like by the end, I like even knowing the outcome, because it's over 10 years ago, I was still invested in the outcome by the end. Like I suspended my disbelief and I just enjoyed the end, like the last 5-10 minutes. I was like, so like good on them. Like it was good storytelling, good story in general, but just good in-ring storytelling too. Like the selling was good. I no complaints. I all in all, I was glad to go back and rewatch this because I probably saw this around 2014. So how about you, Dave?
Okay, like you said, it took a while to kick in. Man, man, I felt like the entrances were just never ending. That kind of annoyed me a little bit, but I'm like, okay, we're letting Punk soak it in. They're cheering for him. Whatever. Um, I liked at one point the crowd was chanting, "You're an asshole," and Punk's like, "Me?
That was fun.
Him." That was good. Um, Pretty early on, they both go for each of their finishers, but they both slither out of it. Uh, I thought that was kind of cool. I liked at one point Cole, Booker T, and Jerry Lawler were all talking about how much of a prize the WWE title is, and Booker T was like, "I've had all the gold all over the world, but I never got that title." And Michael Cole was like, "And you, Jerry Lawler, you never got it either." Jerry Lawler like didn't even respond. Like you could tell it's just like, okay.
Yeah.
Uh let's see. I liked the Punk kneeing Cena on the neck as Cena was dangling off the apron. That was really cool. Uh I thought that crossbody was pretty sloppy to Cena where he sold his knee. Landed really low, and I got like sky blue Bakari Shida vibes from that. Like, oh shit, that didn't look great. Let's see here. I liked the that whole sequence you were talking about, where the crossbody into the AA into the reverse of the GTS and the STF and the Anaconda Vice. That was unreal. Um, there was a spot where John Cena hits his five knuckle shuffle, goes for an attitude adjuster, but Punk like flips out, but he doesn't land on his feet, and he just kind of like falls back, and
Yeah. Then Michael Cole,
it
he
remind
landed on his feet.
Yeah, he like legit just landed on his ass, but like, he got it up right away, so I was fine with it.
it made me think of Hangman or Punk trying to do the buckshot lariat.
Hey, he himself admits that he is like the least athletic person in the world. I think he's like, I was born with lead in my ass. I think he said that before.
Yeah.
So like, at least he admits it. And you know what? Like like everything else looked pretty damn good. You know, I'll
All
allow
in all,
a
yeah.
sloppy crossbody or two.
How about that freaking leg drop Cena does off the top to the back of Punk's head, dude? That was sick.
Hmm.
Uh, is that like one of his moves?
Yeah, he doesn't hit it every match, but he does it for his big matches. Like I'm pretty sure he did it in the AJ Styles one too.
God, I've never that I remember have seen anyone do that. So that was pretty cool. Um, let's see. And then we got Cena going for the avalanche attitude adjustment, but Punk fights out and does that Frankensteiner to him. That was freaking awesome. Um, but yeah, the way the whole thing unfolded with the distraction and Cena trying to be the better man, but blowing up in his face. I like how he punched Johnny Ace, and that makes the match after that, I guess, right? You were
I
talking
think
about?
so. Let me see. It's called Capital Punishment.
Oh,
Wait, I know you can. I think if you go to Wikipedia, it actually says the next pay-per-view and date.
okay.
Uh, oh, Capital
Um,
Punishment was the month before. So
Huh.
the WWE champion was fighting. Wait, what? This is John Cena versus R-Truth. Was it
Capital
like?
Punishment?
Yeah.
I don't know. I wouldn't
I don't
know.
know. I don't know when Capital Punishment happened. Maybe it was the next year. Because I swear. That was the one where it was John Cena versus John Laurinaitis. Whatever. Doesn't matter. Money in the Bank matters.
And the whole Alberto Del Rio coming out made me feel really weird because he's been in the news for the past 2 days.
Right?
Yeah.
Because of the AAA acquisition. Gonna be working for WWE again.
Hear me out. Hear me out. Triple H has picked up an obligation that was made before he took over. This could make him pay it out. Goldberg's retirement match against Del Taco Rio.
Oh my gosh, no. No. Goldberg's retirement will be Gunther. Thank you very much. And we will not be debating that. Man, WWE has had a rough week, I'll tell you that much. They're fired all those women to get Alberto El Patron, baby. What a great company decision. El Grande Americano beat Dragon Lee for the, quite frankly, least important title in wrestling. But still, he did beat him for a title on Cinco de Mayo. I kind of find that, like, I don't get offended by stuff like that, but, like, that's kind of offensive. I don't know how else to put it. Like, I don't know.
And like, I'm not, I don't know if this is true or not, but a lot of the releases were LGBTQ, apparently.
I've
Not a
heard
good
that
look for
too.
WWE.
No, everything they've been doing lately has showing which side, I'm not going to say which side, but which side they're pointing to. And I don't know, I'm not that political. I just don't like the way they're going, honestly. So I have not been too invested in WWE since WrestleMania, mostly because WrestleMania kind of sucked in my opinion. And like the Raw after Mania was good, but it was like, I don't think this good will last. I don't think it'll sustain. Like, yeah, you're not going to see Stephanie Vaquer on Raw every week. So why would I expect that? Maybe when Stephanie Vaquer is on Raw every week, maybe then I will tune back in. But like right now, I don't really care about what WWE is doing. And goddamn, Backlash looks like the worst pay-per-view ever. Like, so the US title match will be good because it's LA Knight, Drew McIntyre, Jacob Fatu, and Damian Priest. Like that match will go hard. Then it's Cena and Orton, which, like I've said a million billion times, I am fine with this match happening. You do kind of have to do this match, but it is going to be terrible. And there's so many options for them to ruin it. When I think there's one way this match can end that I think will satisfy people, and I don't think they're gonna do it. But all you have to do is you have to have Cena intentionally DQ himself because that's what Orton did.
Yeah. He'll slap the ref like Orton did back in the day. That would be fun.
That's all you have to do to make this match have an excellent. Like, if you give this match that finish, they'll forgive however bad this match was. So, but I don't think they're gonna do that. Then there's Becky Copeland versus Lyra Valkyria for that women's IC title. Gee, I wonder who's gonna win that.
Dude.
She's got to get her win back, brother. And then what's the other match? Gunther versus Pat McAfee. I keep talking to people about this, and they're like, I'm kind of looking forward to this. And I'm like, this is a waste of time. Like, is this a humiliation ritual for Gunther? You got to tap out to Jey Uso. Now you got to work a street fight with Pat McAfee. Like, and people are like, oh, it might be good. Like, I don't want it to be good. I want it to be 20 seconds.
Yeah, it should be. It should be a squash.
It should be Gunther just goes, hey, Pat McAfee, I'm going to grab your throat and not let go. It should be that, because that's what Gunther would do, I feel like, in kayfabe. So I'm not interested in any Pat McAfee hope spot. I'm not interested in any Pat McAfee offense. I'm not interested in any of that. So, and then
just walk out, chop him so hard he just taps. Ow.
Yeah, something like that. But they're gonna make him like a valiant baby face because he makes a lot of money. And then I thought they were doing Jey Uso and Logan Paul, but I feel like they've kind of retracted that. But
I think they might push it out to like Saturday's main event.
Yeah. So honestly, like, way to make a guy not want to watch your product. Like, you got WWE was great like a year ago, but it's kind of shitting itself uncontrollably right now.
Same.
So talking about Randy Orton, a match I really did like on Money in the Bank was Randy Orton Christian.
They had a great feud, actually. I
That
remember
was great.
I watched like a hype packet, like WWE like compromised this feud in like one video package. It was or like one video. I can't remember how I watched it, but like Netflix used to have like WWE best moments of so and so and like WWE best feuds, and they did something for Christian and Randy Orton. So that's why I've seen this like feud basically without seeing the matches. Um, but yeah, this one, like the feud was great because it was like if Orton gets disqualified, he gets the title. So they would like get Orton to kick him in the balls. And so Christian got DQ'd so he gets to retain the title. And they back and forth it. It was a
Yeah.
pretty fun feud.
Yeah, Christian won the belt after Randy Orton got DQ'd on Backlash, and Christian got 2 RKOs on the Spanish announce table.
Yeah,
It
no, it
was
was funny
good.
because I was scrubbing through to find the main event that I was like, so I just saw them carting Christian out. Then I'm like, wait, so I went backwards. I'm like, I guess I'm watching the last two matches.
Mhm.
I really like Randy Orton. Like, I'm starting to, pick my people I like in WWE. Sheamus, McIntyre, Priest, Randy Orton I like a lot.
Good
Rhea
list.
Ripley. Um, yeah.
Do you wanna just go over the whole card now? Kind of just look at this.
Yeah.
Want to see what 2011 like? You want me to see? You want to see how bad the roster was? Let's look at it. So they had a dark match. Santino Marella and Vladimir Kozlov defeat the new Nexus, David Otunga and Michael McGillicuddy. Um, anybody know who Michael McGillicuddy is?
Oh,
Uh, it's Curtis Axel. Anybody know how important that guy is?
so important. He's
He's
Kurt
Mr.
Hennig's son.
Yeah, he's your NXN. Yeah, it didn't really pan out for the son of Mr. Perfect, unfortunately. So yeah, but that was just the dark match. Opened up the show. Daniel Bryan defeating Wade Barrett, Cody Rhodes, Heath Slater, Justin Gabriel, Kane, Sin Cara, and Sheamus for the blue Money in the Bank.
I
You
like
said this
that
match was
one.
pretty good. Even just looking at that roster, I mean, Daniel Bryan, Wade Barrett, Cody Rhodes, Justin Gabriel, like Sin Cara, Sheamus, like that'll all be a bunch of fun. Ain't got nothing wrong with that. And then we got. You said this match was not that good, which, not to be mean, I'm not surprised. It's a 2011 Divas match. Kelly Kelly, the champion, defeated Brie Bella by pinfall. What was your analysis for this match, Dave? What would you say?
So, who's the other Bella? Nikki.
Nikki Bella.
She
Stripper.
kept getting involved over and over and over, to no avail. Um, I don't know. There were a couple cool spots. One point, Kelly like gets knocked off the apron or like flipped over the top rope or something and just lands flat face first on the mat on the floor. It was pretty crazy.
That's cool.
Uh, but other than that, man, like I don't know what the hype was about the Bella twins, man. Like
I'm
they
gonna
didn't
say
look that good to
something
me.
really mean. They've never been that good. I
Kelly
don't.
Kelly looked great.
Well, people don't like her either. I've never really gone back and watched Kelly Kelly, but at least what I remember of the Bellas, they were always fine. Nikki Bella was always fine. Brie was actually kind of bad, if I'm being honest. So I personally have never really liked the Bellas. But they're not awful. Next up, you also said this match was like a 5-star classic, right? Mark Henry and Big Show. Mark Henry beating Big Show. So what do you gotta say about that? What was your review?
So Mark Henry won, and then after the match, Mark Henry did the whole put Big Show's leg in the chair and does a Vader bomb on it, and Big Show's screaming like a little baby, and
Oh, Big
it was
Show.
bad. It was bad. It was
Big Show.
really bad.
Big Show acting in the PG era is something else. Oh my goodness, where he's like turning heel and face every other week, and he's
Yeah.
whining about like, I can't pay my bills, and it's like, you've been employed by WWE since like 1999. I think you can pay your bills, bud. Anyways, so yeah, I'm not surprised that Mark Henry versus the Big Show is not that good. Next up, Alberto Del Rio defeated Rey Mysterio, Alex Riley, Evan Bourne, Jack Swagger, Kofi Kingston, The Miz, and R-Truth for the red Money in the Bank. You said that one was not that good?
No. It was kind of neat seeing Jack Swagger. I like Rey Mysterio. Always will.
Really like that hat.
Mm-hmm. I know that reference. It's AEW. And then Christian defeating Randy Orton by disqualification, and then that main event that didn't really matter.
I like the 2.5 hour pay-per-view time though.
Hey, WWE does have 2.5 hour pay-per-views now.
Yeah, I do like that a lot.
It's just an hour and 45 of that are ads, so you know. I only get so much wrestling. But yeah, so anything else you guys want to talk about, at least WWE related? Because the Summer of Punk after this is a total mess. Because Dave, do you know much about it? Do you want to hear about it?
Is this pre-Paul Heyman?
Yeah, this is all pre-Paul Heyman. It's so okay. CM Punk has a 434 WWE title reign around this time. You would expect that it would just start here, right?
Yeah.
Well, it started at TLC in like December or November. So what happened? I don't remember exactly, but I think it was he comes back 8 days later. They do Cena CM Punk at SummerSlam because they just gave the WWE title back to Cena. So they did the title unification at SummerSlam. Punk won, but then Del Rio cashed in, so he's the champ now. And then I think they did a triple threat at the next pay-per-view, and I think Punk lost. And then Triple H, or I think it was like Punk and Triple H fought, and I think Triple H won. And then Triple H and Punk teamed up against Miz and R-Truth, and Punk took the pin. And then I think Punk lost again to Triple H, and then they did CM Punk versus Alberto Del Rio, and that's when the 434 title day reign started.
See, nice simple storytelling back in the day.
Yeah,
not convoluted at all.
WWE just gets storylines. They know how to push people when they're over. They also don't bench people too. They just release them. Sorry, that was a dig at modern WWE.
When did the Jeff Hardy thing happen?
That was like 2008.
Oh, okay.
That was the last stuff Jeff Hardy did before he went to TNA, because it was a loser leaves town match, and Jeff lost. So, but yeah, that, as far as I know, and then that started the 434 title day reign, which obviously had no issues whatsoever with it. Yeah. That was basically kind of like it was an interesting time in WWE back then, mostly because it was bad. How's AEW been for those of us who haven't been watching?
Highly enjoyable. Dynamite's been on a hot streak.
And you're daring people to prove you wrong.
I am. Got a good amount of views on that. Pretty happy.
Yeah, it's a controversial title. You're like, ooh, suck it.
Yeah. So like I was saying, that 8-man freaking match that opened up Dynamite, dude, it was really good. Like, we got that little tease of Omega and Okada going on. Omega almost gets Okada in the one-winged angel, but that doesn't pan out. Dude, Ricochet is basically the long lost young buck. Like, he needs to join the Elite immediately. The chemistry with that team was off the charts.
I
They were
did
doing
see. Sorry,
the
they were
hair.
doing the like where he was doing like the
Oh,
arm spot, and he was like, ow, 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 and he like put his hand up, and he was like, whoa, like it's pretty corny and cheesy, but it is
yeah,
funny, so
it was
it
fun.
works.
Matt Jackson kept draping his hair on Ricochet's head, and he was like, "Oh, that was good. That was
I
good."
think honestly, I haven't thought about it, but Ricochet would actually be a pretty good addition to the elite right now.
Yeah.
It's kind of like maybe this is why I'm like a little cynical about AEW right now. Is it's like, what would that lead to though? Like, I would like that, and it would be cool, but like, for what? Because we saw how good it was for Jack Perry to join the elite, right?
They can just be heel conglomeration. No real
Yeah,
purpose other than just have like a banger four-way every week.
and I guess, and in my opinion, I don't think the EVPs, because they're still doing that. Like, they just got involved with the Moxley main event not too long ago. So they're kind of too important for the silly PWG tag team match right now. They're a little too important for that because they're ruining world title matches in kayfabe and in real life. So I don't know. Like, I don't want the Bucks to be involved, but they've involved themselves. So they need to figure out what they're doing. And if it's just silly tag team matches, then that's fine. But I don't know. Maybe I kind of just want a little bit more. What is Swerve just doing these silly tag team matches? What's he up to?
He has been kind of waiting in the wings to like help, if something goes awry.
He's just another
Uh,
guy.
for now, yeah. The Hurt Syndicate stuff it hasn't gotten stale.
Well,
It's
that's
still
good.
been good. Even though we're getting a vote every week, like it's evolving, and Lashley finally just like choked out MJF, is like told him basically, you need to hurt people if you want us to vote you in. Like,
Mm.
so that was pretty good. Pretty good to see that.
Do you think
Um,
MJF will cost Hangman the Owen, and he'll do it in a dastardly way, and that's how he hurts people?
that's the thought. That's the
See,
thought.
this is why like I can't get involved in this Owen tournament. Like, I don't care about the Owen tournament because I don't think whoever's winning it is beating Moxley.
No.
And I don't want to see either Hangman or Osprey lose to Moxley right now. I just don't want to see that. And I do
Yeah.
not, and that's where it's like, oh, they could survive me. Did you see the clip of Darby Allin doing a kickflip on Mount Everest? So it's like the highest kickflip ever. Like,
Yeah.
they're so waiting for him to come back, and they're putting the title on him. Like, there's no way they're not doing that. So
I
I
don't
don't
want
know.
that.
I just I don't want that. I still don't want that. But you want to talk about at least this week's Dynamite?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I know one thing they haven't announced. Rhino will be there, and he's making his AEW debut because it's in Detroit. I
Oh,
think that's pretty
what?
cool. Yeah. It's not on their website, but they've announced it on their Twitter, so that's
Cool.
pretty cool. Jamie Hayter, who's facing Monet in the women's Owen Hart at Double or Nothing, will have a sit-down interview with Renee Paquette. There's another trios match with Ricochet and the Bucks versus Speedball Mike Bailey, Mark Briscoe, and Swerve Lynn Strickland. And then there's Samoa Joe and Claudio, and that's about all they got.
Tony Storm has been open challenging her belt like on every show for the past couple weeks too. That's been fun. I watched Collision.
How
Yeah, I
was
watched it
it?
too.
It was pretty good. I don't feel like it was as good as like the last couple that people were saying. Uh, Lady Frost was like pretty good.
Yeah, that
Uh, of a match.
cartwheel, what'd she call it?
The Chiller Driller.
Oh, dude, that was nuts.
Yeah, I love that move. Love Lady Frost. She's been tearing it up in CMLL,
Really?
Arena Mexico lately. So yeah, that was good. Uh, Megan Bain versus Harley Cameron was really fun. Uh, Harley Cameron got a lot of like hope spots, and had Megan Bain on her, on the back heel, but obviously Megan Bain got the win clean. So good to see them both doing shit. Like if you want to watch certain people, I guess you got to watch Collision. Like Harley Cameron, Megan Bain, Adam Cole. Adam Cole was on
FTR?
commentary. Yeah, FTR. Adam Cole was on commentary the whole night too, and he sucked.
Yeah, I kept forgetting he was there. He didn't really say much. Is
No,
it like the
no.
occasional like, yeah, wow, like other than that, he go like silent for minutes on end, and then he just like one 2 word little answers. Like,
Yeah.
What are they doing?
Love my Nigel.
They've like killed that TNT title, man. They've killed it so dead. Like, give it back to Christian already. I don't care. Put it back on him. He's the only man that can save this.
Yeah. Yeah. Then FTR versus the Paragon. They're gonna make a dish with Tarragon.
it's 2 out of 3 falls match. It wasn't bad.
Yeah, yeah. It was a good chunk of the like last hour of the episode. And then Max Caster got his ass beat by uh who was it?
Oh man, who
Roosh?
came out?
I can't remember. But yeah, I don't know what they're doing with that thing. That whole it's starting to get kind of like lame.
Yeah, after Bowens came out, that should have been the end of it.
Oh, it's Daniel
Yeah.
Garcia.
That's right.
And Caster was like, no one can survive me for 5 minutes. And Garcia beat him in like a minute and a half. So Caster's like, I told you couldn't last. So that's his whole shtick now. Like, uh, I told you couldn't last the whole 5 minutes. I'm the best wrestler alive.
Yeah, this is kind of what I thought they were gonna do with him, because I was like, this is a pretty funny gimmick, but they're not gonna know when to stop it, because the right time to stop it was Anthony Bowens at the pay-per-view. But then there's that hard question of what do you do with Max Caster afterwards, and I don't have a question for that. I don't have an answer for that. I don't know what to do with Max Caster right now, but
Where the hell is Bowens?
He had a promo.
he had a match. There was one
Yeah.
collision I watched. It was a couple weeks
had
ago,
a
but he had a match
match.
with Blake Christensen, and it was a fun match. Like, he'll do well as a single star. He kind of just needs something to do. Like, he should go for the TNT title right now and lose, and make that a story. Like, oh, I thought I was hot shit, and I just lost my first title shot. I need to focus, and I need to work more or something. I don't know. They're not really doing anything with him right now.
First thing, I need to get rid of the dead weight. Billy Gunn, you're out.
Yeah, I would kind of agree with him, because he can cut promos on his own. He doesn't need Billy Gunn there. He really and
No.
Billy Gunn just wants to go back to the WWE. He's already in the fucking DLC, so just send him back over.
Yeah. Yeah. But, I've been enjoying Dynamite a lot lately. Like whatever they're doing with their like format, it goes by really quick. I'm entertained. I haven't been like disappointed or like appalled at anything in like over a month. So
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Just wait until
liking it.
beach break or whatever when Samoa Joe passes out to the Bulldog. And you're just like, okay, all right.
That's the finish.
Well, yeah, they're doing that so Moxley can be an Anarchy in the Arena.
Ugh.
And see, that's why I'm like a little cynical, because I'm like, oh, Joe's not beating him. Like, I would like it. I'm past the point of like, yeah, pivot. They're not pivoting. They're just not pivoting. They're not going to pivot to anybody, and they're just waiting for Darby Allin to finish climbing Mount Everest. So, yeah.
Well, he's got about another 9,000 feet to go, so he's a third of the way there.
He's only got the hard part left. He'll do it. I mean, I think he will do it. And I don't want to like undermine this. Like, climbing Mount Everest is a phenomenal feat. I'm not trying to undermine it. It's just I kind of don't like being like, I guess we just have to sit here with our hands tied.
Right.
Like,
yeah, I was saying that to Dave before you got here. I was like, that's cool. Tony's a great boss to be like, you want to go do this thing, sure, but the show's got to go on. I'm sorry.
I would not be bitching if they pivoted at any point. At any point, and they still might pivot. I just don't think they will. Like, at this point, it's too late. Like, they could have pivoted with Hobbs. They could have pivoted with Christian. They could have pivoted with Cope. They're doing like they're doing like the most extravagantly bad ways to say they're not pivoting. And it feels a little insulting. at this point for me. Like this,
Yeah.
I still am not over the stupid Christian Cage cash in. I'm still not over Swerve looking like a chump. He looked like a fucking loser at Dynasty when that should have been his pay-per-view. It was where he was crowned champion, and 1 year later, you're gonna look like a fucking loser from the EVPs of the company. Bye bye, thanks. Like, I don't know. Like, what are they gonna do to Joe? Are they just gonna make him look like a shitter? Is Shibata gonna turn on him? And like, what? Like, what are they gonna do? They're gonna do something awful. So what are they gonna do?
Wait and find out.
Yeah.
So is Darby Allin a third of the way to the top, or like?
Yeah, third of the way to the top. Then he's got to
So
come
that's
back down.
another like 2 months coming down, right?
Yeah, it's gonna be Wrestle Dream.
Good Lord,
That's
dude.
what it's gonna be. Wrestle Dream.
Oh.
It's gonna be a while. Everest takes a long time, so it'll be Wrestle Dream. I'm like, I know that's gonna be our pay-per-view, and I'm always excited for Wrestle Dream, but like I can't get excited for that because I don't want to see it. I don't want a year-long Moxley reign.
What if he comes down and then they just do to Darby what he did to Danielson at the pay-per-view?
Oh my god, where they just like have like a really shitty finish and then they just redo it again. They put the bag over my head. Oh, I don't know what. Like then it's like, what do we do? Like, what do I like? I thought that was it. Is that not
I would
it?
like legit just start laughing.
Oh my god, that would be like a life. I would get okay if that happens. If we get to Wrestle Dream and Moxley beats Darby Allin, I will get a WWE logo tattoo. I will do
Nice.
that because I think that would be the worst booking decision I've ever heard in my like. I think I don't you like. That's worse than Sting and Hogan Starrcade. That's worse than any WWE Mania blunder. I genuinely think if they fuck up this Darby Allin, John Moxley Death Rider story and Darby loses at Wrestle Dream, that's the worst booking decision I've ever seen. So I'll be a lifelong Fed fan. I stand for WWE.
Oh God. I just want to pivot, give it to Joe or Osprey.
Anyone on that roster, man. Give it to Max Caster. That would be funny.
Wait, we didn't tell Chandler the best news though.
Jeff
My
Jarrett's back in the
boy
title picture.
is still in the AEW. He was in a match. Nick Camarado.
He was. Yeah. What match was he in? What match was he in?
He got squashed by the Ops.
Oh my god, that's so amazing! He's still there. I thought you were gonna say
So-
Peter Avalon. But
Sean Ross Sapp, I watch him pretty much after every Dynamite. He said that the people who reported it without getting their facts straight and didn't confirm it, and he was not released. So he's back, and he's got the full beard. He's looking good.
Did you see who is done with AEW and Ring of Honor?
Yeah, dude, I'm a little bummed. The Righteous. A little bummed out about that, man. I liked Dutch.
Maybe they should have beaten MJF for those Ring of Honor tag team titles back in the day. You know?
Yep. Yeah. What a waste. Like maybe Tony Khan was mad that they did that little vignette with Ezekiel. They went into business for themselves.
I guess. I didn't think that was going to business for themselves because, like, I'm sorry, wouldn't Ezekiel or Elijah be a good fit for like Ring of Honor? Like,
yeah.
He's not fit for AEW. I'm not saying that. I think he's a really good fit for Ring of Honor. He's a known name with a known gimmick. He can bring a little I don't think Ring of Honor's rampant with gimmicks right now. So you throw a funny gimmick on there that might pop the crowd. Maybe people will go see it. But no, I guess not. So whatever.
Yeah. A little bummed out about that. They're definitely not going to WWE. They'll probably go to TNA again.
I think WWE has literally said they're like taking a big step back on tag team wrestling. Like they're gonna really not focus on it anymore.
Especially the women's division.
Oh yeah, I think They got rid of a lot of the women's tag teams they had, so people are thinking they're just going to straight up axe the women's tag team titles, which is like, it's unfortunate because they're taking away an opportunity for the women. They're taking away titles for the women, but also I can't pretend that I really care about the women's tag team champions. But like, I would say this year, there's been some pretty good moments, like Liv and Raquel beating, I think, Jade Cargill and Bianca Belair for the titles. That was a pretty good moment. And even on the Raw after Mania, I really liked them getting them back from Becky and Lyra. So, and maybe that was just because I was like, I really wanted Becky Copeland to lose, but I don't know. So it's unfortunate. I think it's a net loss no matter what, getting rid of those women's tag team champions, because the right answer is, well, you should take them more seriously, and they just don't want to do that, which is unfortunate. But again, it was like, what were the only guys released? It was like Braun Strowman, which is also kind of fucked up because he's been wrestling on 2 broken knees for like months now, and he's been putting over Jacob Fatu and Bronson Reed. Like, he made 2 monsters over the past like 6-8 months of TV, and they're like, okay, bye bye, Fatu's made, we don't need you anymore. It's kind of insulting.
Yeah. I liked him. I remember I went to a house show in Portland, and he legit picked up one of the announcers like full on chairs and threw it like it was a baseball. And I was just like,
Well, even the last Raw I went to, him and Bronson Reed got into like a big old clash, and they were running all over the ring, and it was like a really fun brawl. And it ended with them like legit crashing through a wall, and there was a bunch of like comical plates or whatever, and they all fell and they crashed. So they like fell through the wall, and it's like, oh, and then everything fell, and everyone started laughing. So I don't know, like, he serves an important role. I don't know why you just cut him.
Yeah.
it's a bummer.
Yeah, for sure. Cool. Well, you get the next pick, don't you, Chandler?
Oh yeah, baby. I'm doing some retribution. WWE has been glazed for too long. It's time we remember the bad times, because WWE, I think WWE is like The Undertaker. They've done a really good job making you forget that most of their run has been shit. They do a really good job of making you forget that. So we're going to look at one of the worst WrestleManias of all time, WrestleMania 32. And I have given, because I'm such a nice guy, Chad and Dave the opportunity to skip one match on the card. Only one. So when you're watching it, and if you come across a match, you're like, Shane McMahon, The Undertaker, I'm not doing it. You just get to skip it. But you don't get to skip the main event, because that is the important one. So
Yeah, I'll probably watch the whole thing.
Oh, I'm watching the whole thing, baby. I can't wait. You got...
They weren't 2 nights back then, were they?
Nope, it's only one night. But this is
okay.
This is when they're starting to get like really long. So I think this one might be like 4 or 5 hours.
Yeah, you might want to split it up over. You probably want to start watching it now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Watch a match a night.
Yep. Yeah. Cool. All right. Well, me and Chad will come back at you with our Dynamite review next on Grapple Sauce. Don't forget to elbow drop that like button, powerbomb that subscribe button, and leave a damn comment. We want to know what you're thinking. And cool. Yeah, I think that just about does it for our retro view of Money in the Bank 2011. Punk Cena. Yeah. You guys got anything else?
I got nothing.
All right. Well, I think we're gonna get out of here. I'm gonna do the thing, and everyone have a good night. Bye.
Peace.
Bye bye.
What?